Hello everyone, I'm Giuseppe Nelva from DualShockers.com and I'm at Gamescom. More precisely, I'm in the press room at Gamescom, which is where we writers and journalists come to consort and plot and write and do whatever we want really. We just get away from the crowd. And we also get here to get charged €2 for a coffee, as you can see. And it's also a nasty coffee, but it's so nasty that I actually have to put sugar in it, which is something I never do. But anyway, let me finish it. Ugh, boy, German coffee. Anyway, let me pick up my camera. There we go. And now, you can see this is the vista from the press room. It's we get a nice vista of all the people walking downstairs. And this is the vista of the press room. It's Saturday and it's no more a business day, so a lot of journalists have gone home. I'm still here. And this is going to be completely uncut, as you probably noticed from the shaking of the camera when I picked it up. So there is not going to be any cutting, anything removed. Just because we want to show you how our Gamescom is. So, if I say something stupid, it's just because I'm super tired. So, please forgive me. And if you don't want to forgive me, that's okay. We can still be friends, if you want. Anyway, let's go down the press room. It's actually a pretty nice press room, besides the coffee, which is sold at the bar down there, which is, as you probably understood, as terrible, terrible prices. Anyway, it's not a bad press room. It has internet, cable, and Wi-Fi, and it also has computers for the people that don't come with one, like really. Anyway, let's go out of the press room and let's go into the locker room. No, not really. Let's go into the show floor. So we're going out of the press room and go down some escalators. It was a pretty nice Gamescom. It was quite a few great games on show. I was floored by Scalebound, as you probably noticed. But there were some very, very nice games. Unfortunately, Sony didn't have a big presence. They have a booth. I will show you later. They have a big booth, actually. But they are pretty much showing things that we already saw before. And they pretty much had appointments only with very selected, mostly German press. And here we go. I need to get my pass scanned because otherwise they won't let me out of the press room. There we go. Okay. And now we are into the crowd. We go to the adventure. Isn't that nice? So we are entering the first hall. Gamescom is divided in many halls. There's going to be a lot of noise, so I'll be trying to speak loudly into the microphone, but you will forgive me if my voice will be difficult to discern at sometimes. So here we have a very, very big booth for Gigantic. As you can see, it's really big. And it's one of the few booths that has only one game that is that big. And as you can see, there is lots of people shouting in loudspeakers because that's pretty much the trend here. The higher you shout, the higher the crowd comes to you. Your American Truck Simulator, the Disaster Entertainment. Unfortunately, the chaos is really, really high here between music and, people and people shouting loudspeakers. Also, there are people making people shout. Here is Big Point Interactive. Let's say there are people making other people shout and they throw candy to them or other kind of swag. The loud person is from Rocket this time around. They make peripherals like mouses and whatnot. You probably know them. It's ballistic sand. It is mostly dedicated. mostly dedicated to accessory and pre-C. There is the usual enormous booth from Wargaming, which this year has a big presence with World of Warships. They are presenting a new German ships. Actually, I've been playing World of Warships lately, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, which I didn't expect because I never found World of Tanks very fun. It's a great game, it's just not for me. But World of Warships is very slow-paced and strategic, and I really like it. I'll probably do some videos sooner or later because, you know, going around with the Japanese battleship shooting everything in your sight is nice. I'm actually pretty eager to try the German ones. Anyway, here comes Nvidia's booth with other people shouting, surprise, surprise. Other smaller booths, Relic of Gods, which I actually don't know, but which probably it's okay. And magazines booths, more ballistics. There is Intel's booth down there. There is bars which people have to eat too, cosplayers, a lot of them. Some of them are beautiful, some of them are a little less beautiful, but they've still put an effort into it. So that's great. We're going towards Intel's booth. And they have Intel stuff, yay! Not going to go into that chaos down there. I'm just going to cut down into into one of the booths that you guys probably want to see the most, which is where Sony and other big publishers are. And you know, more shouting because that's fine. And let's go down the street, the aisle, whatever. As I told you, if I say something stupid, please forgive me. I'm really running on fumes. Hopefully someone will open the door for me because I have the camera on one hand and the microphone in the other. So I'm not exactly able to use my hands right now. There is a big plaza here where people come to eat. As you probably noticed, there are various eateries and kiosks to eat, even Chinese one. And there is a big Fallout thingy down there. It's pretty cute. I have no idea what it is. There's also a Fallout costume. Actually, several Fallout costumes. There is an army of Vault Dwellers down there. And let's go into the booth, into the hall. Because Vault Dwellers actually intimidate me. No, not really, I'm kidding, but yeah. Bad jokes, running on fumes, remember that, running on fumes. And here we are, right in front of PlayStation's booth, which is enormous. Let's go clockwise. We have Project Morpheus here with a pretty big line, as you can see. People are trying Project Morpheus and they're showing the demos on the big screens as well. And there is the Star Wars Battlefront part of the booth. EA has its own Star Wars Battlefront booth, but Sony has one as well. There is a big TIE fighter. It's not very well built, but it's still imposing. There is a lot of people in line for Star Wars Battlefront, as you can notice. Like a whole lot. They are showing the new Fighter Squadron mode, which I tried yesterday, and it was absolutely fantastic. Here is Stairways Unfolded. Yeah, I'm playing some Star Wars stuff there. There's a lot of Star Wars. more Star Wars. And Sony's booth also includes a Call of Duty Black Ops sub booth, where you can actually play Call of Duty Black Ops 3. As you probably noticed, Sony is relying a lot on third parties here at Gamescom. They have bought Star Wars Battlefront and Black Ops 3, for which they just got a marketing deal with Activision. They also have Until Dawn. As you can see, there are a lot. The queues are pretty long at every sub booth Sony has, and one of the longest is for Horizon. Inside that booth, they are showing the E3 demo. They are not letting you play, but they are playing it for you. It's basically a demonstration, but yeah, it's inside there. They are not letting us film inside. I tried to get some footage, but yeah, they didn't let me. The booth is very nice. It has some very lovely art on it. That's all we're gonna see besides what we already saw on the screen, and a lot of people camping in the synthetic grass. So let's go back towards the Until Dawn booth. I said I would go clockwise, but I really didn't. That's all right. And that way we have Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, again shown behind closed doors. So no footage allowed. And down there is Destiny, as I told you again, and Guitar Hero Live as well. As I told you again, third parties galore in Sony's booth, and Capcom with Street Fighter.
Mission complete.
This is all part of Sony's booth, as you notice the PlayStation Blue on top. Of course, there is also Uncharted 4, which shows the E3 presentation again, but pretty much all the first-party stuff Sony is showing here is all what was shown to the press at E3. As you can see here, the line for Call of Duty is really, really long, which is not surprising at all, but there is also, again, Uncharted 4. There is some really lovely art on the Uncharted 4 booth. Take it in, take it all in, right in your veins. Love it, yeah? Okay, let's move on. I see people throwing swag down there, which means there is going to be a crowd, which is bad for us. So we're going back. Because yeah, of course, another trend here is to gather your crowd and throw swag in the middle of an aisle so people can't pass. That is a very, very smart move. But yeah, that's normal here. Every booth has its little rating thing, so if you're not 18, you can't go play Call of Duty. Now we're moving again towards the Street Fighter area. I'm gonna give you a closer look. There is a lot of people, as you can see, a lot of bodies, and it's hot. Really, really, really hot and moist. It's been raining on and off in the past few days. There has been like a lot of sun and a lot of rain at intervals. So that means that it's very, very humid here. Which also means that my already scant energy are being drained faster than usual. So Street Fighter booth, people playing Street Fighter 5. And beyond the Guitar Hero Live booth, there is Dragon Ball cosplayers and Sony's well-known truck, which is everywhere. I'm pretty sure they have a teleport drive inside this truck, or probably they have multiple. But I like to think that it's a teleport drive. I mean, how cool would that be? Here there are some smaller demonstrations for Journey, for the Tomorrow Children also, which I'm awaiting very, very anxiously, but we're not getting very many news. And here there is the amazingly big Blizzard booth, which strangely Activision just made a booth for Blizzard and just threw Call of Duty with Sony. In fact, in Activision booth there is only Blizzard. With Overwatch there is a very big presence with Overwatch. There is Hearthstone, there is Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm. There is some StarCraft down there. I'm gonna show you later. Here there is Konami with Metal Gear Solid 5, a very nice booth representing the mother base, and a lot of demo station for people to try the game. Unfortunately, again, there is no filming allowed, so I'm going to have to steer clear before a big German man comes and kills me. Anyway, let's go into the Blizzard booth. Blizzard is having a cosplay thing, as you can see down there on the big screen. It's a very, very nice cosplay. I'm gonna get closer a little bit so you can see it. People dropping bottles. Of course, more eateries because, you know, everyone's hungry. I actually didn't have lunch today, I didn't have time yet. But that's okay, I'll have lunch after I'm done with you. So here is the Heroes of the Storm part of the booth. Lots of demo stations. Actually, let's move to the Overwatch part, because it actually has some very, very nice statues in front, which is lovely. I'm not sure about the game just yet, but the statues are great. I'm gonna show you. Look at this. It's pretty cool, huh? This one is my favorite. It's very dynamic. Dude uses the cell phone right in front of it. There he comes. Isn't she lovely? And another one here with a nice effects on the railgun. I guess that's a railgun. I want to believe it's a railgun. And there are some demo stations there. That's pretty much it for Blizzard's booth. So let's cut down. On one side there is a booth of something I don't know, because everything is written in German and I don't speak a word of German. Of course I don't read it too. And there is Hearthstone on this side. And more Overwatch. And some Blizzard gear. Yes, there is the Namco Bandai Namco. No, it's not Namco Bandai anymore. Bandai Namco's booth with Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Dark Souls 3. They have been having earlier. They've been having Kamehameha contests. They had people shout Kamehameha on top of the lungs on stage, and then I guess they gave them prizes or candy. I don't know. Yeah, there is still the trend of making people shout at the top of their lungs, which never dies, unfortunately. We're going to move back to the hallway slowly because the crowd is slowing us down. There is a lot of crowd. A lot of cosplayers. A lot of Uncharted. Again, we just went full round. Oh, looks like the crowd that was here to grab this walk that was being like uncautiously thrown around has dispersed now, so we can pass. Those like flash mobs are pretty fast, luckily. So we are proceeding towards the Black Ops 3 booth again. Actually, yesterday I tried a multiplayer Black Ops 3, and I was amazed because I won 3 rounds and 3, and I actually did pretty decently. I could actually hit stuff, which, if you know me, you also know I'm terribly bad at FPSs. It's not like I don't like them, I'm just bad. Especially with the controller, and they had controllers there. I don't know why, but I could hit stuff. I don't know if the game has easier aiming than usual, or the DualShockers 4s were like better calibrated, or just I was in grace of God. Anyway, we're back into the corridor. Big ads all over the place. Doom, World of Tanks, Assassin's Creed, Dark Souls 3, Metal Gear, Solid 5. Remember, a Hideo Kojima game. Because, down there should be a Hideo Kojima game. There isn't, but remember, no matter what's written there, it's a Hideo Kojima game. There's also a service center here, more vault dwellers all over the place. And we're going to move to the next hall. More eateries outside, nice grass, all trampled down by the barbaric hordes here. As you can see, it's really, really crowded. But it's okay. It's fun. The funny thing is that the business area where I had all the appointments in the past 3 days was all the way down there, past the consumer area. And the press center, where I have to go write stuff and get internet access that it's better than my cell phone, is all the way down there, which is about 1 kilometer away from each other, with the consumer area right in the middle and all the crowd right in the middle. So basically, if I wanted to go write something there, I had to wade through the crowd for 1 kilometer with my legs hurting like hell. They actually still hurt like hell, by the way. I'm sacrificing myself for you to show you around. I don't think I'm going to be able to stand tonight. Anyway, yeah, I had to basically consider like 20 minutes to go there and another 20 minutes to go back to the business area. That was ridiculous. Like, you mean, if you were to listen to logic, the press room should be right in the business area because all the writers are, right? No! Logic doesn't apply at Gamescom. So here is another booth. We have the Battleborn area here. And we are right in the middle of Ubisoft's. We are entering Ubisoft's area now. Trying to, because there is a lot of crowd. As you can see there, we can glimpse the heroes of Might and Magic 7. People looking into my camera because it's cool. And Rainbow Six Siege there. And we are going to dive right into the Ubisoft booth. Ubisoft on one side and 2K on the other side. Probably noticed it was 2K from Battleborn, but you know, just making sure. 2K also has some presentation for WWE and some 2K sports, NBA 2K down there. Yeah, big screen with big pixels. Back to Ubisoft. They have Assassin's Creed Syndicate here, all behind closed doors. Ubisoft doesn't have anything outside besides Heroes of Might and Magic 4. Actually, I'm going to turn around and lapse around Assassin's Creed Syndicate's booth, because they have something really cool on the other side. You can glimpse on it down there. People in line for Assassin's Creed, and there we have some real nice Assassin's Creed scenario, like a backdrop for pictures with cosplayers. It's the same window that we saw in Assassin's Creed Syndicate's illustrations. It looks really cool. A hashtag because Twitter, you know. More cosplayers. And there you can see the Xbox booth, which is another enormous one. I'm gonna go there in a moment. Gonna finish Ubisoft first. There's more people in line for Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I tried to like 2 days ago, and it actually was a lot of fun. Now there is a zip line that helps you move around the roofs in a much better way, and it's very nice. I liked it. I'm actually looking forward to it. More people shouting, because you know, shouting is fun. They're actually shouting on two sides. There is people shouting in front of the Ubisoft booth on that side, and people shouting in front of Microsoft booth on that side. Music playing, because, you know, loud music. And here comes Just Dance. I wonder if you're going to hear a word of what I say. I certainly hope I'm not doing this for nothing. For cosplayers, there is a link there. Female link. More assassins. The For Honor here. There's another titles I'm anticipating quite a lot. Anno 2020, 2005, and then there is Trackmania. There's a rabbit there, a big rabbit. Okay. We're not even halfway through. This is going to be a feature-length documentary, basically. I've already been speaking for half an hour, but I'm not even halfway through. Anyway, my camera has only 65 minutes of battery left, so we gotta hurry. 64. Anyway, the Uplay launch. This side we have Microsoft, which is another booth I'm sure you guys are looking forward to. There is a Roman soldier there, and there is Halo 5 behind closed doors. Here there is the Division, which we skipped earlier. All the people in line for the Division are here. And down there, more Microsoft games. Well, not all Microsoft. Rock Band 4. There's some third-party games on Microsoft site as well. Rock Band 4 are the people that are shouting. And here comes. Sorry, I'm bumping on people. Some Swag, some Halo 5's console, which looks really, really slick. I love that color. And we are in a scale-bound booth, and there is a long line here too. And there is the prizes. Oh, those 4 prizes actually look pretty familiar down there. I don't know who gave them to them, but must be a very smart person. Ha 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 ha. Joke, I made a joke. Okay, now we move across the aisle to the Forza area. As you can probably notice from this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Ford GT. I wonder if I ask very nicely if they let me bring it home. Somehow, I doubt they would. But, you know, worth a try. With some Forza played on 3 screens there. In there. More Forza there. There is some indie games there with Cuphead, which is really adorable. And there is also some Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which I played, and it's very, very nice. Garden Warfare 2, of course, is being played there. The new characters are really nice. There they're demonstrating the new Elite controllers. As you can see here, big Elite controllers. They are showing off all the little accessories and customization of the controller, which is pretty damn awesome, really. There it is there. It's like small pouch. There is more people in line for Fable Legends, which is also available on the show floor, and more gigantic here. Microsoft is pretty much all in with gigantic, and more Forza. FIFA 16 as a presence in Microsoft booth. I told before, both Microsoft and Sony has pretty much a big third-party presence in their booth. Even some of those games have their own booth. Like FIFA 16, for instance, is present in EA's booth as well. Here's Rise of the Tomb Raider behind closed door with some of the prizes it got. Not very many, actually, strangely. I expected to get more. I was actually very conflicted between Tomb Raider, Quantum Break, and Mirror's Edge for Best Action Adventure. It was a very, very difficult decision to decide in favor of Mirror's Edge, but well, it's almost the next sequel between those 3 games. All 3 were great, and Quantum Break got quite some prizes. Now let's turn around. Try to pass the crowd quickly. Oh, there is also Minecraft, by the way, and the Windows 10 area. It's not very big, honestly, but still. Green carpets and more shouting people. Shouting and raising their hands, hoping for candy. Lots of trash on the ground, because civility is not important. And we're going to go into EA's booth. which is also enormous. They have a million screens and a million big screens as well. As you can probably notice down there. It's basically a big event area all in its own, with each game having like a slice of a circle around the center. It's probably one of the best booths layout-wise. It's not chaotic, it's very easy to navigate. You can find whatever you want to find really quickly. So we're going to just go around counterclockwise, because this time I like counterclockwise. There's a big information room. I don't know what kind of information you may want to get there, but you can. And there is FIFA here, because FIFA is very beloved here in Germany. I will never understand why, because I hate soccer or football or whatever you want to call it. There's still 22 idiots running behind the ball. If you like it, no offense. That's new. No one is perfect. We can still be friends. And here we have Need for Speed with BMW car. I think it's a BMW, but I don't know. Anyway, there is too much crowd to show it to you. And as you probably noticed from the AT-AT down there, we have the Star Wars Battlefront area. Actually, we have two big Star Wars Battlefront areas. One, I believe, is dedicated to ground grunt modes, and the other is dedicated to the new Fighter Squadron mode, which honestly, when I will get Star Wars Battlefront, which I will get at launch, I probably just play Fighter Squadron for a year and ignore everything else, because it's almost like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. But it's not exactly the same, but still, you have X-Wing and TIE Fighters killing each other, and it's awesome. It's one of the best things I played here.
This is for the players.
It actually was very close to Game of Show for me, but as you probably noticed, Scalebound had very little competition in my heart. There in the middle they have some independent games with Unravel and Plant vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Another TIE Fighter, exactly identical to the one you saw. That's the Fighter Squadron mode, which is really fun. I will never get tired of that. And Mirror's Edge, Catalyst, which got my Best Action Adventure, our Best Action Adventure prize. It was simply too fun to play. And it's sleek, it's clean, it's crisp, but they have an incredible mirroring technology that really brings the environments to life. There is more FIFA there, more football, no care in hell here, sorry. Yeah, if you care about FIFA, there is quite a crowd. So you're not alone. More cosplayers taking pictures. Okay, that's it for this hall. And we're going to go to this nice, almost empty part behind the Microsoft booth to quickly reach the next hall. I have only 45 minutes of battery left, so I need to hurry a little bit. I've been speaking for 40 minutes. In fact, my throat is starting to feel a little dry, but I promised I'll do this uncut and without interruptions, so I will stick to it. because I am a man of my word. Haha. Anyway, the Microsoft booth was nice because it was basically the only big publisher booth that had quite a lot of games on the show floor, not behind closed doors, and they actually allowed filming from the screen, which many other publishers didn't allow. And I like that. You're probably gonna see a lot of footage on our site. I mean, Microsoft it's something you have to give to them, is that they never afraid to show their games in an unfinished state. Besides a few that are very, very early, as long as you're getting closer to release, they will have no problem you filming them. Even when they send out review copies, they will send out review copies really early, and they will set the embargo even 1 or 2 weeks before release. And they will let you stream, they will let you post videos or screenshots and whatever you want. And that's nice. That means that they are very confident in their games, and that's something you gotta respect. I would like other publishers to follow their example. For instance, I went into EA's booth and they didn't let me film a single screen. Sony, almost everything that's relevant is behind closed doors. So we are crossing the big hall there, the big hallway there, and we're going into another major hall, which is where many publishers like Square Enix, Warner Bros., Bethesda, and others are. With 41 minutes left on the battery, here we are into hall 9. Where you can probably see Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, which is actually at Koch Media booth, because it's published by Koch Media in Europe. Together with Homefront, the Revolution that just got re-announced, and the trailer was interesting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Someone just died. No, it didn't really. More cosplayers. Zelda cosplayers, to be precise, which are pretty... There are some pretty good timing because we're right in front of Nintendo's booth, which isn't very big. They have Star Fox here. Some Zelda. I think they also have Xenoblade playable here. There it is. Which got our best Wii U game for a very good reason. Splatoon, Super Mario Maker. Ooh. People taking pictures. I passed right in the middle. And I don't really feel guilty, because if you stop to take pictures in a big group right in the middle of the hallways, you're asking for people to pass in front of you. Now we have the Warner Bros. Booth. With Lego Dimensions, which is basically their answer to Skylanders and whatnot, all the toy games. It's actually pretty interesting. It has its own twists and peculiarities. Okay. They also have Mad Max at Warner Bros., which is behind the crowd. More Deep Silver and Koch Media there. And there. And here's Mad Max. As you probably noticed from the spiky car. Here. And now, one personal favorite of mine. We have Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward in the Square Enix book. They also have Hitman and Deus Ex, and quite a lot of other things. Just Cause 3, Dragon Quest Heroes, Final Fantasy Explorer on 3DS. Here we have the Heavensward booth, where people are asked to challenge Ravana, which is one of the new primals included in the Heavensward expansion. And if your group beats it, you get a shirt that says "I beat Ravana." It's actually the easy version of Ravana. They should try Ravana Extreme, chumps. Let's go back. Here we have the Gear VR booth. Not much to see really from outside. So we're going to pass quickly. More Square Enix with Final Fantasy XV. The big art with Noctis and Regis and Final Fantasy XV cosplayers. Yes, they have a really nice Sydney there. Sydney, actually. That's cool, things with their actual name. For the record, one of my feet is starting to hurt really, really badly now. So if you see me limp, that's why.
In the end, I would like to know how they like.
There goes the Final Fantasy cosplayers. I'm just going to show you from a screen because there is a lot of crowd in front of them.
Very good.
Here we have Bethesda with Fallout 4. With a bold entrance there. They actually shown a demo, a behind closed door demo, which is exactly the same demo that they've showcased at QuakeCon. I guess here it's new. They didn't publish it outside of QuakeCon. Still, I hope to see something new, but that's okay. There is some more Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. The Battle Arena. And here we have the ESL Arena. And some smaller booths. It's sponsored by quite a few hardware manufacturers, like Gigabyte, Zotac, Logitech, I think, BenQ, and quite a few others. There's something quite interesting on this side. I'm gonna show you now. I think it's on this side. If I remember correctly. Oops. People running into me. Yep. Let's booths here. There is a separate L5 booth, which is probably the e-sport part of the booth. But we have only 28 minutes left on the battery, so we need to hurry. There is one last big hole to show. And then we'll be done with this little trip inside Gamescom. We're going to cross directly under the sun. If I don't melt, I'm going to show you the rest. If you see the camera fall down and the screen become black, that's because I fell on the line of duty. Oh my god, the sun. Were people camping outside here? It's hot and moist. But there is some silence. My ears are not being assaulted for a few moments before we dive into the crowd again, into the barbaric horde. Again, hopefully someone will hold the door for me, because my hands are completely occupied. Put a foot in the middle, and there we go. We're almost to the hole. Follow the flow. There's always a lot of PC games and smaller games. Some big games too. There's more people throwing swag around, more people shouting, so be prepared to have your ears assaulted again. Sound Blaster. I remember when Sound Blaster was pretty much the only solution you had if you wanted decent sound on your computer. Now it's pretty much irrelevant, since the sound card is, well, it's irrelevant for the one who wants it, but the sound card is mostly built into the motherboard now. I don't know many that buy a separate sound card anymore. And we have more ballistics here. Calypso Media. Some of you probably know for the simulators and stuff like that. That's some pretty nice things. Sniper, Ghost Warrior there. I was saying Grand Age, Medieval. They have some. Going to pass right through the booth. Samsung and HTC CC. On the other side. Now this booth is less crowded definitely, because it doesn't have very big publishers in it. Hawks Must Die Unchained at the Gameforge's booth. People bumping into me because it's cool to do. Maybe it's me bumping into people, you never know. All stories have two sides. You know, Darksiders, the definitive edition actually. Hex, More Game Forge. His face reminds me of something. Oh yeah. This is Nordics Games booth, by the way. He showed me some interesting stuff. There is an RPG, an open world RPG by Piranha Bytes named Elex. It's actually interesting. We'll have to look at it. It's still a bit rough around the edges. Oh, there it is. But we'll see. It could prove interesting in the long run. Now we have those saints of Marvelous that always bring us those lovely little games that no one else would localize, but come on, who doesn't love this? And we have Wacom that actually doesn't make games, but helps making games with their tablets. I don't know many game designers that haven't used ones, at least on the art side. And going further down into the rabbit hole with 70 minutes on the battery, but we're almost done. And here we have Star Citizen's booth. As you probably know, Star Citizen won our best PC game here at Gamescom for a very, very good reason. They showcased the demo in which multiple crew members can walk around in a ship while the ship is flying in space. And that's something I hoped to see for a longer, remember, honestly, for as long as I'm a gamer. Well, maybe for as long as I'm a gamer, I've been an online gamer as well. But yeah, I've wanted to see that much longer than I can remember, honestly. And finally it happened. It may not seem like a big deal if you don't think about it, but it is. And now just imagine when it's going to have a ship with people walking around in it, going inside the carrier with other people walking around in it. Those kind of physical spaces, separate physical spaces, are great innovation that may open the door to some really great things. Here there are people dancing. And that's pretty much it for this hall and for Gamescom. There are some other minor areas, but pretty much we have seen all the important stuff. And we are finally getting out of the barbaric horde. Oh, here is Heavy Gear Assault. The return of the Heavy Gear franchise. But yeah, we are pretty much done. So I'm going to turn around, give you a look of the area, and say goodbye. Because this is Gamescom, and this is my last day here for this year. So thank you very much for accompanying me into this trip down the rabbit hole and resisting for 1 hour. We are at the 59 minutes and 28 seconds. So if you came here, if you came all the way here and you haven't gotten absolutely bored, well, congratulations. Actually, here is the stand of the German army, so we can end with the picture of a big tank, an actual tank. And Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. It's been fun. I'm pretty much dead, but you can expect to see me on the side reporting as usual, like in a few minutes, because that's what I'm going to go to now. I'm going to go right. So bye bye. Giuseppe here and Giuseppe out.